You know what's funny? When you hit 40, people start talking to you like your life it's almost over. Like, oh, enjoy the rest of it, as if you're on some slow train to retirement or to death. But no one tells you the real truth. Life actually starts making sense after 40. Not because you suddenly become wiser or spiritual, but because you finally stop believing the whole bullshit. You stop chasing every shiny dream. You stop caring about being liked. You stop trying to fix everyone. And most importantly, you stop lying to yourself. That's the real freedom nobody prepares you for. There is a myth that life after 40 is about settling down. Like, you should already have everything figured out. Career, house, kids, stability, happiness, maybe even a dog that listens better than your teenager. But all that, it's crap. If anything, your 40s are the decade when you start over. But this time with your eyes open. Because by now, you've seen how fragile things are. You've buried dreams, you've buried people, you've seen love fall apart, jobs disappear, friendships fade. You've been humbled by life enough times to realize that control is mostly an illusion. So, no, life after 40 is not about settling. It's about simplifying, cutting the noise, keeping only what's real. You see, in your 20s and 30s, you live under pressure. You chase approval, goals, money, validation. Like a dog chasing cars, you run faster and faster, thinking happiness is behind the next milestone. But happiness was never in front. It was always inside you. You just didn't have time to stop and see it. It's like you've been swimming your whole life in a storm, and at 40, the water finally gets calm. Not because the storm is gone, but because you stop fighting the waves. You learn to float. You start realizing that peace isn't found in the new things. It's found in the letting go of old ones, old pain, old expectations, old versions of yourself. Let's take this way. That's why people after 40 often say, I don't have time for this bullshit anymore. Because they actually mean it. It's not arrogance, it's clarity. Now, let me ask you something. When was the last time you looked at your life, really looked, and said, is this actually me, or just the version other people built for me? Because if you are over 40 and still feel lost, it's okay. You're not broken. You're just overdue for a reset. The version of you that tried to please everyone. It's outdated software. The one that puts other first, ignored intuition, accepted less than deserved. That version of you served a purpose. But now it's time to uninstall it. What if the second half of your life could be lighter, simpler, more honest? What if peace wasn't something to find, but something just to allow? There is also this silent shift that happens after 40. You stop wanting to prove things. You used to argue more, explain more, justify more. But now, you just nod, smile, and walk away. Because you realize that some people are not ready to understand. And that's fine. You don't need to be right anymore. You just want to be calm. It's like trading a sports car for a quiet mountain cabin. Less speed, but damn, so much more peace. For me, the turning point was when I stopped running from my past. All that pain, the childhood, the losses, mistakes, failures, I carried them like a backpack full of stones. And one day, I just got tired. Not depressed, not angry, just tired. So what did I do? I dropped it. You see, forgiveness isn't about other people. It's about telling your past, you don't get to control me anymore. You can't change it, you can't rewrite it, but you can stop dragging it behind you. After 40, you realize this. You survived enough to stop living like a victim. You've seen enough to start living with purpose. And you've lost enough to finally understand what worth keeping. That's when life becomes real again. Not perfect, not easy, just honest. So, what do you do after 40? How do you live when you finally see life for what it is? You start by cleaning the emotional house. You throw out what doesn't belong anymore. That friendship that drains you, gone. That job that kills your energy. It's time to plan your exit. It's not about burning everything down. It's about trimming the branches of the trees that don't grow anymore. Then you start building a smaller life that feels big inside yourself. You stop comparing your path to others. You stop chasing validation. You start doing things because they make sense for you. Go on that walk alone. Take that picture. Read that book you've been ignoring. Call your kid, your friend, your mother, not because it's right, but because you want connection, not performance. And most importantly, start telling the truth to yourself about what you want, what you fear, what you love, what you hate. Not pretending, no filters. Honesty is the cheapest therapy in the world. When you live like that, life becomes quieter, but deeper. You notice more. You care less about the noise and more about the meaning. You realize that simplicity is not a downgrade, it's evolution. You start living intentionally, not reactively. You stop being a passenger in your own story. You take the wheel, calmly, confidently, even if the road is unknown. Because after 40, it's not about reaching somewhere anymore. It's about being someone real. I think that's the beauty of this stage where we are right now. We stop trying to add more and we start removing. We start seeing how much peace hides behind less. Less drama, less rush, less pretending, less should, and we start observing more presence, more quiet mornings, more small talks that actually mean something. More time to breathe and not feel guilty about it. After 40, you finally understand that life isn't a race. It's a walk. And the point isn't to finish first. It's to actually feel the ground under your feet. We spend so many years trying to become someone, and then we realize that peace was always about becoming no one. Just a human, simple, free, not perfect, not trending, not impressive, just real. So, if you are over 40, stop calling it getting old. Call it getting clear, because you finally see who you are and who's been pretending to be you all these years. That is where real life starts.